When it comes to watch collecting, there is perhaps no equal to the Rolex Submariner. It was the watch that I used to draw on the margins of my school books when I became bored of listening to Dumbledore lecture. But in this modern era, has the Submariner lost its way? Watch Flounder, please subscribe so that I might one day see my family again. The Submariner was born out of necessity. In the 50s, when most people owned just one watch, Rolex needed a timepiece that could function for all occasions, including the increasingly popular sport of diving. Nowadays, the Submariner is more often used as a male engagement ring and can be seen diving into boardrooms where perhaps the topic at hand is how to strip health insurance from blind children. They say imitation is the best form of flattery, and when you are the king of the hill, sometimes flattery gets taken too far. For example, is this Rolex real, or is it a fake? Has it been evolved over the decades and refined by old men in funny monocles, or was it stamped out in a dimly lit factory? Not even watchmakers can tell anymore. So why then do you buy the genuine article? Well, when you don it on the wrist in the morning, only you can feel the heft of strapping the equivalent of a gently used Toyota on your wrist. And only you know about the 18 months you spent calling all of the ADs around town to put you on their secret waiting list. That is a special feeling. The bosses are not going to be happy with me on this one, because you see, I have been locked in this dark basement a long time, told to make watch videos with just a bottle of hand moisturizer and a satchel of throat lozenges. Alas, I will now use my electron microscope to zoom uncomfortably close to this watch, whilst I whisper soothing baritone into your ears. Because as we all know, a watch channel worth its salt ought to have a distinguished accent, preferably from a former colonial world power. At this distance, each numeral looks like a deep crevasse, each hand a drawbridge, and each marker a farmhouse. Reminds me of the farmhouse that I used to live in with my wife. These details seem like they are perfection, but no human eye has the resolving power to appreciate them. So why do we get this close? Well, YouTube tells me that this is the type of pornography that you are into, apparently, so here we are. All that I ask is that you remove your other hand from inside of your trousers. Now that you're nearing the moment of horological climax, I will gently nudge you across by impressing you with some obscure car metaphors. You see, older watches require the drivers to be an active participant. To work it correctly, you needed to know the engagement point of your clutch pedal, the temperament of the second gear synchronizer, and just how much fuel to goose the carburetors with on a cold winter morning. Fussy? Yes, but this relationship also brought man and machine together. Modern things tend to be overly complex. Does the Rolls-Royce Phantom need umbrellas in its doors? Does the Kia Stinger need sodium-filled valves? And finally, why did Gordon Murray line the engine bay of the McLaren F1 with gold? Sure, it is a good deflector of heat, but it is also the reason why poor people want to eat the rich. Call me nostalgic, but I miss the days when your watch aged with you, and also the days when your wife would make you fish and chips after a hard day of work at WATCHFINDER. I miss her. So then, the modern Submariner is a refined masterpiece. Its markers will not tarnish, its lume will not patina, and its bezel will not fade. But compared with ones from half of a century ago, it also feels heavy, cold, and sterile. Much like the food that I get fed through this narrow slot on my door. Lucky for you though, dear viewer, no one else gets to decide what kind of Submariner owner you are.